10 unnoticed signs you're depressed. Today, we would like to start the video with a fact. According to the World Health Organization, more than 264 million people around the world have depression. There's a good chance that someone you care about is depressed, even if they don't show it. There is a thing called hidden depression, also called smiling depression or concealed depression, which is when someone tries hard to hide their symptoms and give the impression that they are fine. They might look like they're doing well at work and in social situations, but when they're alone, they have the classic signs of depression. Have you seen anyone experiencing this situation in the recent past or even today? If yes, then please watch this video, not for your knowledge, but this time for saving someone's life, for saving someone's family, and for saving mankind. So hey viewers, welcome back to Psychology Human Behavior. Today, we'll see the unnoticed signs of depression. By learning about the hidden signs of depression, you'll be able to help your friends and family and encourage them to get more help. Without any delay, let's dive into the video. But before that, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel to get every single update about our channel. Some people might hide their symptoms because they don't want their loved ones to worry. Others might feel too ashamed to ask for help or have trouble not being perfect. Some people with depression may also feel guilty or ashamed that they're having problems. These are all common feelings that go along with depression according to research. Is your friend or your family member always talking about how tired they are or how they don't have any energy? Do they have dark circles under their eyes or other signs of not getting enough sleep? Depression is known to make it hard to sleep well. Research from a reputable source shows that it can make it hard for people to fall asleep, stay asleep, or get up in the morning. People who are depressed often sleep less or even more than usual. You can see changes in diet and weight fluctuations. Many times, depression can make you lose or gain your appetite. This is partly because the stress hormone cortisol builds up in the body. Some people might not want to eat as much because food no longer tastes good or because they don't want to eat anything in particular. For some people, depression can show up as a desire for foods that make them feel good. When you eat a lot of sugar, your brain will make serotonin, which is also called the happiness hormone. It feels good at the time, but new research shows that high sugar diets may make depression worse in the long run. This can lead to a difficult cycle. Several research studies, including a 2020 review called Low-Hanging Fruit for Getting Back on Your Feet, have found that eating more fruit, vegetables, fatty fish, whole grains, and fewer sweets, processed foods, and fried foods can help with depression. Another sign of a depressed person is he starts taking more alcohol. When someone drinks alcohol, the body releases endorphins, which are natural painkillers and stress relievers. The neurotransmitter is the cause of the same mood boost we get from working out, having sex, or laughing with friends. Happy hour at a bar is a socially acceptable way to deal with stress, which makes it harder to tell if someone is depressed. A common sign of hidden depression is that someone starts drinking more or drinks more at once. In fact, studies show that alcohol use disorder is one of the most common conditions that happen at the same time as depression and that it affects women more often than men. You may notice it or not, but sometimes the bigger a person's smile, the deeper their sadness. Toxic positivity has become a popular phrase recently, and for good reason. It could be a mask to hide what's really going on. If someone has an overly positive attitude, posts a perfectly edited highlight reel on Instagram, or acts happy in public. If someone brushes off their own sadness or changes the subject, it could mean that they don't want to say how they really feel or that they don't want to accept what they've been through. Listen for something that sounds like, "Yeah, I've been really sad lately, but it's okay, I'm fine. Really? How's it going?" Spend more time with a friend or family member you think is hiding depression. It's hard to keep up the mask of happiness all the time, and little bits of how they really feel will show through at some point. Generally, a depressed person shows a change in language and topics of conversation. Research shows that people with depression spend most of their time thinking about themselves, so they use I, me, and other self-focused words more. Also, they use very black and white words like always and never, which are called absolutist terms. Depression can also change the way you think, which can change how you see the world. Findings. Reliable sources show that people with depression have a less positive view of the world. Listen for phrases like I can't or I should that sound gloomy. You might also hear things like it's all my fault that are not true. Someone you care about might drop hints about suicide or talk about the meaning of life, what it's like to die, or the afterlife. If you are thinking about suicide or know someone who is, you are not alone. You can get help right now. You can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255 any time of day or night. Text HOME, HOME, to 741-741, which is the crisis text line number. Are you not in the United States? Befrienders Worldwide can help you in your country. Sometimes people who are depressed but don't show it may have a vulnerability hangover. That is, telling someone what's really going on and then feeling awkward, guilty, ashamed, or just plain bad about letting them get so close. They may talk about dark thoughts and even make an appointment with a therapist, only to cancel at the last minute and say, "Forget it, I'm fine." You might see people oversharing on social media, which means they share a lot of personal information in their posts. They might show a pattern of posting personal information online and then taking it down quickly. This could be because they don't want to bother their loved ones, or because they grew up in a culture where feelings were brushed under the rug. In any case, you should still check in with your loved one. Tell them it's okay to be vulnerable and that you still love them no matter what. Depression is known to cause sudden mood changes, including irritability, sadness, nervousness, tension, panic, grief, crying spells. Men are also more likely to be irritable, aggressive, and angry for no reason, while women are more likely to feel sad. It can also move in the opposite direction. Maybe your loved one usually laughs out loud at a funny show, but now they seem flat or uninterested. All of these mood changes are signs of depression that are hidden. In 1979, researchers wrote about a strange thing that they called depressed realism. The main idea behind this theory is that people with depression are more realistic about the world and their place in it than people who are not depressed. Somebody with hidden depression might say this as a cynical comment about the real world. You might hear someone say, "None of this really matters, so who cares?" If you think someone you care about has depression but isn't showing it, you can help by giving them emotional support and a safe place to talk about it. Share your thoughts without making them feel bad and ask how you can help. Remember that even small tasks can seem impossible when you're depressed, so a little help can go a long way. For instance, you could offer to go for a walk with them in the morning, help them find a therapist online, or drive them to a nearby support group, and you can find those easily on the internet. There are also some great blogs and podcasts that can help with depression, like Time to Change, where a section where people can read and share their own stories is. The Hardcore Self-Help Podcast is a different kind of self-help show. Heads Up Guys is for guys who find it hard to talk about how they feel. Depressed While Black offers support and advocacy for black people. The Hilarious World of Depression gives help and laughs at the same time. Be sure to get help for yourself as well during all of this. You can't give from an empty cup after all. Therapists can help you deal with stress and suggest books, podcasts, forums, and other resources. Remember, take things one day at a time. Don't take things in bulk. So, I think we're at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give our video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and press the bell icon so you never miss any updates. And if you have any comments or questions, or need help with anything, please let us know in the comment box down below, and make sure you check out our channel where you'll find more really informative and helpful stuff.